Hi, Lisa Schermerhorn here, and you're on the Grassroots Warrior Network, and this is my show where truth lies. And I am so excited to introduce you to I don't know, my brother from another mother, Richard Cardinal. I met him through our mutual friend, Honey C. Golden, who's also amazing. I had the chance to get to visit Richard in person, and we had such a fantastic time. And he's so extraordinarily talented that I wanted people to get to know who Richard is and what he's all about. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Lisa. And thank you, Lisa's Femi, to having me aboard with you and well, hopefully listen to the whole interview and getting to learn to me. I love you and I'm excited. Yay!
Oh my gosh. So you can see that Richard is Canadian. So if you so
By my accent.
yeah, a little bit, a little bit.
Yeah.
So you do some extraordinary work and you help a lot of people. I'd love for you to explain how you actually help people and what you do.
Oh, thank you, Lisa, sister. That's a beautiful question. So, my story, I mean, I don't want to take too much space and time over here, but my story is very genuine. It's extremely authentic. I was born a mystic. As a child, I would see into the other realms. I would see fairies. I did see a werewolf. I would see a lot of things that anyone around me never saw. And then my parents, the ones who supervised around me, would say, like, you're dreaming, so snap out of it. And I knew I was never dreaming, Lisa Femi. So I started learning very early to keep it to thyself because I knew I just had that inner knowing, okay, that I had to not have others make me doubt myself and therefore cut the connection of what I was seeing. And I was very shy. I was an introvert and I got bullied on a lot while I was a kid. But then after leaving elementary school during that summer break, I like discovered like heavy metal. So Motley Crue and all that. So I totally redid my image. And when I went to secondary school, I was like a total rebel. So it was fun. I always felt like I had to push boundaries or against perhaps the status quo conformity. Because to me, it never made sense. I never understood religion. I never understood like all these laws or even like the role of a parent for that matter, because I'm not of this plane. I am here with all of you, but I am a volunteer here. So a lot of things that had a lot of, people trying to govern over you, they didn't make sense. So that's why I had rebelled. And, through trial and error and growing up and doing drugs, I decided to go for a career. So, as an artist, I went as a hairdresser. So, I had two salons. So, I was probably around my beginning of my 20s. And with this, I had been discovered for me being authentic and my imagery. So I became a model, an alternative fetish model. So, what does that mean, fetish? I never did anything pornography, but I wore a lot of black leather. I wore latex, and I would go around the world doing catwalks, sponsoring latex couture. And then after a while, I got noticed by film directors. So I became a muse of some sort. So I started collaborating in Hollywood. I did several horror movies. And then one of a time, like in one of my big, big downfalls, which, because I was still doing drugs at the time. Drugs for me were like speed or cocaine. And I did a lot of it. I'm happy to say that I've been clean for over 20 years right now.
Wow.
But this is what has happened, Lisa, Femi, at that time where like I had a lot of fame, I had a lot of people after me, I was very popular. but popular because I was popular, not because of what the true essence of me was, right?
Right.
And I had a meltdown at this actual very counter rate here. I started shaking, I broke down to my knees, and I had electricity coming through me from the ethers, through my crown chakra, and buzzing through me, and I was resonating. And I felt it was Archangel Michael that came to my rescue for the second time in my life. Now, Femi, I'm not too sure what angels are, but I do know that this was the essence of what we see or understand as Michael. And then after the very next day, I had a gram of cocaine. I flushed it down the toilet, never looked back. And I started going on a mission, right, to really understand myself, looking for God everywhere, looking for an answer. Why am I here? Because I'm going back all the way to when I was a kid and I saw the fairies, right? And then I rebelled, right? I had to break cords of essences that was trying to suppress me. So all that rebellion had its place. I am a rebel, but that doesn't mean that I am out of respect or I don't love. I just am true, authentic, or else I wouldn't tell you these parts of me because most people will never tell you that they had a drug problem. I don't care. I'm not ashamed of my past. I am proud of my past. It is what has made me today. And so as I developed, my spirituality, this was during a time where no one around me would understand me. Like they all thought I was crazy. Maybe I needed to see a psychiatrist. But again, I wouldn't like let them influence me. And that was during the pandemic. So it was a world shutdown, and I was looking for God everywhere, studying Bibles, discovering the Mandela effect, seeing the Mandela effect within all Bibles. I had versions of old King James Bibles, and I was seeing like stuff that made no sense to me. Like, this character Jesus wearing a golden garter belt. I mean, like, what is going on here? That made no sense to me. And, like at first I had my friend, my ally, which was the internet, because there was no one around
Right.
me anymore. I had to discover. And through time, I was looking a lot into conspiracy theories and I was plunging because I had to find the truth. So I didn't, and I served that way for about 2 years to the day that one day I woke up in bed. It was New Year's morning, not the actual one, because I think the actual one is like not January 1st, but it is like spring. And higher self told me, get out of bed, Richard. It's time for you to make your very first video. And I didn't know, I had no idea what am I going to talk about, but I knew I'm not going to argue with higher self. So I did it. Was it clumsy? Perhaps. I don't rewatch my videos, and I have between 300 videos now on
Wow.
my YouTube channel. But during that time, like I grew and I learned tarot, and I've always been a healer. And so, like, like I am, like, I've come out of my cocoon, and with that, I am expanding. And yes, my mission today is with everything that I has lived in the past, from being so shy and secluded to forcing myself to become a rebel and then going into a rock and roll lifestyle inside the belly of the beast, if you want, but as light energy, because the beast will never look inside its belly. It's almost like the movie Lisa, Lord of the Rings, the towers with the eye, it's looking outside of itself. I was hidden
Yes.
in its belly. It never knew I was there. So, like, I got to learn a lot. And here I am today, like an oracle, a mystic. I am here to bring hope. That's my major thing with my YouTube channel. Yes, I can see into the future. Yes, I am good at tapping into the ether. I decided not to talk about politics quite a while ago because that's all my messages. I saw the future. It is green, it is plush, it is the golden era. And I am here to, with my rebellion, and the experience of my rebellion to bring hope. There is so much fear porn out there, And I'm gonna be like the destroyer of that fear porn. The end.
I no, I totally agree with the fear porn because what happens is, and even people who are considered truthers are really putting out a lot of negativity. And someone who has learned has had the ability to manifest instantly now, you have to really be careful what you think about.
Yes.
You really do. Because even to a case, quickly, that I was asked to go to Prague to speak on the 20th, and I found out that Honey and a bunch of people were going to Ireland on the 20th, and I said, "Boy, I wish I could go there." Next week, I get a call from the woman in Prague saying we changed the date to the 18th. I know this has been planned for months. Something just happened. I mean, those are the things that start to happen in your life when you let go and you think positively. And I know, Richard, I sat there at dinner one time eating pizza, and he's giving me all this information about my life, which he was dead on all of it. He really is extraordinary. So he's given me some information. I'm very excited about someone who might come into my life in the near future.
And intelligent and not controlling.
Yay. It's
Yay,
time.
that.
It's time.
Yes.
So, and one of the other things that Richard, we started talking about the blood moon and what's actually been going on. And it's funny because the way my bedroom's set up, I have these giant windows, and that moon was in my face. Like it was like someone was shining a flashlight last night. And that's when I got this message to get up and take a photo, which we'll talk about in a minute. But I'd love your perspective on what's going on right now with the blood moon and what that means to all of us.
Thank you, Lisa. Yes, of course. I actually did a video just before coming for our session right now that
Yeah,
I'm going to post sometime this week that touches about the blood moon. And so, how I feel about the blood moon. I feel a lot is going on with the blood moon. See the blood moon. Like, if you look at all ancient prophecies, they all have a different and very similar perspective of what this blood moon is. And in the end, it all comes back to like how I saw in my meditation as I was surfing the ether. It's like sponging, absorbing a lot of what was going on with Gaia, Mother She here, right? Like a siphon taken away, like almost like the parasitical siphon. And then her, she turns red. Now, like the moon, like I don't believe the moon is what everyone has made me in the past believe to be the moon is,
right,
but it still has a feminine frequency to it, right? Like a mystery. So turning blood red, it's almost like being in a menstrual cycle, her being feminine.
right,
And what happens with that after, right? Like we release the blood. Being French, sometimes I mix up with my words, but in my video, I said like release the toxins. Menstrual is not necessarily release the toxins, but it's like, you're not getting pregnant. So you
it's
have to like,
purging. It's
it's
purging.
purging,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so what I saw with this, right, I saw a lot of frequency that whether it be the OP or like all of the different ancient civilizations had prophesied, even if you look at the Nordic horsey, the Vikings, what do you call them again? The
Well,
maybe I
you
have a note.
well, you've got the Celtics, and then you have the Nordics.
Yes, I might have still have notes from this, the Norse myth.
Oh, Norse. Yeah.
So that would have been like the wolf devours the moon, the shadow, then releases it as in cleansing.
I got the chills. You know what happens to me when I when I get confirmation.
Everybody twitch now.
It goes up my spine and down my arms, and I'm talking to people, and I just jump. Like, are you okay?
And she's not epileptic, guys. I've seen our beloved Lisa doing it. That's her way of confirming. I love it.
I've had friends who burp, so I'm glad I don't have that.
Oh, yes. I
Yeah.
remember you telling me that.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes. So
So,
yeah, that was definitely a confirmation on that.
it comes in several, like the Hebrews, Joel, the Mayans, the Hopi, they all have a similar story about this time happening. But what I did see, Lisa, with this is more and beyond, like being a siphon, absorbing from Gaia what was parasitical and kept us entrapped into
Yes.
this martial law of being submit and blind to and eaten upon in one way or another. I saw also the blood moon eclipse as a thinning of the veil. So which did you do it again? Because when I'm talking, I'm not looking at you. I'm
Yeah.
looking at my camera, so people feel I'm looking at their eyes, and I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see. Because that's the thing too. My vision is not that good, so I want to look good for you. So like but I have no idea what I'm looking at. Isn't that
So
crazy?
funny.
So it's like a thinning of the veil. And there is a reason for that I did see, which again, I did a video on just before that I'll post later.
Right.
But with this, I also asked in my meditation, okay, thank you. I see the thinning of the veil, but what is going to happen after the blood moon, like within the days, within the weeks, within the months? And what I got, Femi, is within like today, during, just before, during, and in the days to come, there will be a lot of confusing
Confusion. Yeah.
emotions.
Yeah.
There could be angers. It's going to be very emotional for many. Okay, so you can get irritated, you can get out of control with your emotions. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you, higher self. Then, what does it look like for the weeks to come? Then I saw a lot of domineering or insti- institutions that govern over the masses starting to break down and twitch and be revealed, whether it's governmental, whether it's religious, or anything of that factor. It's almost like they're eating their own and they're being seen for what they are. Then I asked for what does it look like? Months later, I saw like an awakening, a major awakening, and coming back to true, authentic freedom. So that blood moon had so much sense with all of our past um, um, indige- uh, indigid indigenous,
Indigenous.
thank you, prophecies, right? Like it would make sense because it all goes back to a restored golden Gaia era. But then I wanted more. So tell me more because when I meditate, Lisa, Famille, like Richard's never happy with, okay, that's the answer. Thank you. I'm hanging up. No, I want to see it from all angles. But why? Because we all know about Three Eye Atlas coming in.
So talk about what Three-Eye Atlas is, because I don't know about that.
Yes, so it is shown or spoken to be a meteorite that's coming towards
Okay.
Gaia, which it is not because I felt it for quite some time, whether on solo videos or collaborations. In my meditations, it feels uh, sentient, which means alive, and benevolent. So it's not a rock coming out like a comet. It is like basically boots in the ether, the good guys, how we understand, because I think, Lisa, your crowd understands like white hats very well.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so white hats in the ether.
Yeah, I was getting dimension, like it's from yes, interdimensional.
Yes.
Yes.
And they are coming here. They are coming here. And that blood moon eclipse. What is an eclipse? It is to reveal secrets. And now we got the blood in her, right? She's
Right.
absorbing, ready to give, like either birth or whatever. And now, this, while it's thin, it is a connection I felt, I see, and I still resonate to very strongly right now. It is like a, no, not AI, 3I Atlas coming in. And these guys are coming in for a liberation. It feels military. When I say it's sentient, there are so many beings. It's a ship, basically, is what it is. And they're coming through
Yeah.
other dimensions. But they might be slowing down because they go really, really rapidly. But right now, they are slowing down in order to show us visually because it is promoted as a meteorite. Okay, so we're going to go with that schedule, that show. But people are going to see eventually, and there's nothing to fear about. These guys are like so many off-world species. They are kin, famille, future versions of us. And look, guys, why are they coming? Is because whatever our simulation, our dimension, planet Earth Gaia is, if we fail, the whole universe, our universe, will fail.
Yeah.
So, boots in the ether mixed with boots on the ground are all in contact. And this is the time to celebrate. Gaia's back online. She's got her FU boots on and she's kicking. We got the dragons that are back. The elementals are back. Volcanoes are singing again. Like it's a beautiful time. So
No,
yeah.
it is amazing. And if you watch the news, you see it's like drinking out of a fire hose, like what RFK just did last week in front of Congress, and he testified. I mean, he was calling all of them out, and he was, or the Senate, he was calling them all out and even saying how much each one of them had received from the pharmaceutical companies.
Oh,
There's so much that's coming out, and it's coming even faster. So we've been waiting for 5 years. Some people have been waiting much longer than that. Yeah. I was glad I didn't know a lot of it beforehand because I would have lost. I was already losing my mind. I don't know how people have lived knowing all of this for so long. But even so, like there's a galactic federation that that all these extraterrestrials belong to. It's a benevolent force. They've been trying to help us, but we have free will. And my understanding is they were afraid of us because of the controllers that were involved. And so they were kind of hidden in the background. And now, once they're completely gone, we will become part of the Galactic Federation.
there is some truth to that I'm getting. I think that it is not all cut and paste.
Right?
And I also get that there's a lot of titles with the word Galactic Federation. So
Mm-hmm.
there could be infiltration in many of them.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I don't know how many they are. Like I'm seeing like three, maybe more. Maybe changing the certain words around, but
Right.
I do feel an infiltration in that. But the Afro beings, yes, they are kin to us. They are family. And the reason why they're coming is because we have actually won the war
Yes.
and they are here to help us awaken. Like all our life experience basically could actually be a dream. I believe we live in a simulation. The universe is a simulation. And when I go to bed and I fall asleep and I leave my avatar, I'm in the real.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
hard to wrap your head around it because,
Well, it's truly the Matrix, right? It is the Matrix. And
yeah.
that's why we create our own reality. That's why we have to watch our thoughts so much.
And okay, yeah, thank you, Lisa, because I call there's a fifth season in town. Okay?
All right.
Boomerang season is the fifth one. Whatever you focus on, you attract, whether it's positive or negative, but it's pronto right now because time has speeded up. No one will convince me there's 24 hours in a day.
Oh, it's
No
going
one.
so fast right
Okay,
now.
that's not happening.
No.
So what you focus on, so it is very important not to feed in to fear porn because what does that do? It lowers your frequency, it makes you question, puts you in doubt and survival mode. That is a 3D template.
Yes.
Now, I know it's not easy to get out of it. And for us who have been working at elevating, that's where like all this fast manifestation happens. You think of something, you got it, whether it's good or it's bad. I think of positive all the time. But when I do have a client that will come and will talk to me about negative, because I'm an empath, I will lower my frequency because I'm on that feeling, feeling the
Right.
emotions, and I can feel the yo-yo happening.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah, no, and so one of the things, and it's what I started doing 25 years ago, is getting into what your unconscious beliefs are. Because you may think that you're being positive, but unconsciously you may be carrying a lot of shadow that is lowering your frequency and attracting what your shadow is, not what you think. So it's really the feeling. And if you see patterns that are, keep going over and over again, that's something that has to be dealt with. Because as we move up into the fifth dimension, well, we are there, but in
Mhm.
order to attract what you want, because and Honey says this all the time, the money, everything is already there. You
Yes.
just have to draw it in. But I did a show, I did a presentation one time where I had a mansion behind me. And I was
Mhm.
like, tell me about the people who live in that mansion. And they were all like, oh, they hate each other. They're getting a divorce. They can't afford to heat the house. Their kids are all on drugs. And I said, if all of you, how many of you want to make $1 million a year? They all raised their hand. I said, if you think that people with money are evil or miserable, how are you ever going to attract it? So when you think about and you see people with money and you automatically think, oh, their life must suck, then that's an unconscious belief. And we carry that. If you watch movies and television, how many times have you ever seen people with money shown in a good light? Ever.
It's rare.
It's rare.
Like I'm hunting and I can't find. Yeah.
No, they're all controllers, they're all manipulators, they're all having affairs, or their children are really messed up. It's a loveless marriage. It's always that.
Yeah.
And so we've been programmed to that. And it's not true. There are a lot of really lovely, wealthy people who are philanthropists who give and they give to other people, very kind. It's not that.
I think you just cracked a code right there. That is
Oh.
beautiful. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my God, I love you. You cracked a code right there. I never thought about that, but the manipulation of like the dark side, the infiltration was so intelligent. Remember, like we say, the reptilian side of the brain. It's
Right.
brilliant. So it thought of every angle of
Yes,
corruption
it did.
possible. But that's what we're breaking right now. We're awakening. We're coming out of the walnut. But that's so true. Every time a movie or a story, anyone rich had to be corrupt. Yes, those happen in like Rothschilds, whatever.
Yeah.
But this is so that we think of that all the time. You just cracked the code, boo boo. Yeah, I
Oh,
love it.
thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
So now, one of the things that we had also talked about is for the past 25 years, I started taking photos and I get this guidance to take photos, and these fairies show up, all kinds of things show up, and I get messages in my photos. I don't see because I'm really more clear audient. I hear, I feel, I sense, um, but my seeing is not as sharp. So it's like the camera gives me those gifts. And
Mhm.
so I get to see through that. And Richard is an incredible interpreter of images. And so last night when I was describing the moon as like literally like a flashlight on me, I got a message to get up and and take a photo. So I'm going to share this and then I'm going to share that. I don't,
Yeah.
so I don't know if you see the black bar that says you are, or you're not seeing it.
No,
I know.
I
Okay,
just
so
see
that's
the
just me.
picture. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, for people who see that, that's out my bedroom window, and you see the colors and you see what's above it.
And that
Um,
was during the eclipse?
that was last night around 10 o'clock, 10:30 at
Okay.
night, Eastern
Okay.
time.
Do you want me to say what I see?
Yeah, I would love for you to say.
All right, so this picture, the first time I saw it, there is so much information. Like I could see, yes, like many of you, like flower petals of a beautiful orchid. But my envision is like the imagery of the rising phoenix, but as opposed to the rising phoenix coming from dust to rebirth, I saw arriving phoenix
Mm,
coming. So you got the portal there, the moon. Look at on top, the beautiful purple head, which would be like the third eye symbol. Look at the angelic wings and look at the beautiful purple tail at the back, swinging in the arrival at 3-1 at Liss. The awakening, light, liberty, freedom. That is majestic. And look, there's quite a few stars there. I see one, two, three, four stars. Four is very magical as well, right? In I don't know much about numerology, but I know four is very magical. I see four major stars right there. And this is what I'm seeing right there. And in between the purple and the moon, so we got the purple and the white, the yellow, there is, that could be like a camera
green.
lens, but it's still like a bluish green, right? Which is the throat chakra. So bringing voice back to liberty. I
Beautiful.
love it. That's gorgeous. That should be a tattoo. Well, not that I have any room.
So is your third eye, but don't put anything on your beautiful face.
Yeah. But guys, I want to tell you, Lisa definitely has like an inner eye because she showed me when she was visiting to Mikasa, like, and her photography is mind-blowing, spiritual, non-touched. Like she doesn't even know. She gets like the message. Okay, okay. So you tell me to click here, click, click, click. In back of me, click, click, and she gets like stuff that's out of this world. She's tapping to other dimensions. Lisa, you're very good at that. And good for you to listen to your higher self. I always listen to higher self. It never lies, right?
No, it doesn't.
No.
And that's why, because I'm such an empath and intuitive, I feel. That's why it's like I always get that, like people get, they call them the God bumps or
Less of the
goosebumps.
goose.
Yeah, yeah. Flesh of the goose. I love that. So that's when I get that confirmation up my spine and down my arms, but I also get that feeling like my no is like a very tight sensation in my throat. And then there's a neutral sensation that I get that doesn't matter what you choose. You have free will, just do what you want. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
And people have to remember that too. There is no right or wrong decision because even as you listen to yourself more and more, I mean, I had a pendulum that I use. Oh, I don't have it in front of me here. Usually it's right here. But I've used pendulums, I've used all kinds of things, but I find that going inward and finally learning to go inward and listen to my higher self is really the best because too many of us go outside of ourselves and looking for validation and looking for answers
Yes.
outside of ourselves. And that's the next step, I think, for humanity is also to stop that. I just interviewed this woman. Her name is Marcia Martin. She was behind Est. Do you remember that in the 70s? They were the first um, personal development, like, and then it turned into the landmark. And so it's all working on your shadow. And but she also helped launch Tony Robbins, she's worked with.
Okay, I know he's the one
Yeah,
with a raspy
yeah,
voice.
yeah,
Okay.
big guy.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
also Jack Canfield. I mean, she was a marketing genius. But one of the things that we have to be careful is dangerous is that sex, power, money, and how that can corrupt.
Yeah, it always did. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have to know that, when you have politicians, they're not supposed to make much money. So how do they get so wealthy? How do they get, all of those things?
Come
So
on now.
yeah, it's the second chakra. It's the sex, power,
Uh-huh.
money,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So now that phoenix rising and that's leading to or the phoenix that's arriving, should I say. We always say a phoenix rising.
Yeah.
What do you see now that's happening that phoenix is bringing us from the standpoint
Freedom,
of freedom?
sovereignty,
Yeah. Yeah.
sovereignty.
Yeah.
Everything that we've all been wishing, listening, praying, sometimes losing hope, but then getting back on the train wagon again. Because look, guys, Gaia is alive. She's not twitching. She's got her FU boots. She's kicking parasites off. This, we don't need a reset, as in a mudslide, being burnt to a crisp. That's not happening. It is the golden era. It is a restored republic. It is the Garden of Eden brought back alive as it was originally made to be before the corruption, the infiltration, the hijack of the big black nothing, the void that consumes universes. We have kicked them out. We have gotten rid of them. It was a hard battle. And whatever happened here, again, like I'm gonna please be kind and rewind, as in VHS stores, to what I was saying before, right? What happens here will ripple out into
Yes.
the universe. So we got the future coming back to the past, to the now moment, lowering out their speed time, as in at 3 Atlas, because I always want to say Atlas 31. You will understand once you see my video that I'm going to post because I explained it all. This is
I'll
all my
add it.
place
I'll
to.
add it to the links below. So I'll add
Okay.
it too
But it's
because
not online yet. Like
okay.
I'm just waiting on well, I don't even know if I should on a friend to unleash her own video first.
Okay.
So it's like almost like a chapter.
Okay. All right. So I'll just send people to your YouTube channel and they can wait for it.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. But that's what's happening. So, guys, never give up. Okay. We have made it so far. Yes, it's not been easy, but look at the muscles we've built, right? Through trial and error, we succumb and we have a choice. Like you were saying, Lisa, it's all about choice. Do I stay or do I go? For those of us who decided to stay, what is happening? We are like getting like that golden restored republic, the rise of the phoenix. But now I see also the arrival of the phoenix because those that are with, I'm just going to say Atlas 31, it's easier for me, um, that are coming. These are like future versions of our kin, of our family. It's the Great Awakening. And this is where it's going to merge. If we go back to old Dolores Cannon, which I adore and love, she would be the most amazing grandmother ever. Like, I don't want her to bake me apple pies. I want to bake her apple pies. Like, I adore Dolores. Like, she's so adorable, isn't she? But, like, that split 3D, 5D. This is it. The Matrix is game is over, guys.
Yeah.
So where are you going to put your attention? What are you going to manifest? Are you going to manifest to keep on going, being alive, being walking and thriving into the golden restored Garden of Eden? Or are you going to go in fear and fear porn and just like with the Matrix? Bye-bye. Choice is yours. The
It
Two of
it
Pentacles.
yeah, it's interesting because I have friends who have been awake for a while and they're seeing how President Trump had
I
Bill
love him.
Gates. but had Bill Gates and all of those people who were involved in censoring us and everything, and saw him and saw them all at the White House, and they were freaking out
Why?
because they were angry. How dare he have them? No, but I'm just saying there are a lot of people who are really upset and angry about him. And,
About Trump
about
or
Trump having all of them to the White House and inviting them to speak and be online. And what people don't understand is
it's a movie.
it is a movie. Most of them probably aren't even here anymore, to be honest. Mark Zuckerberg, too. I mean, was it a year ago? He looked like a
Well,
robot when
that's
he was
not that's
testifying. He
come
was
on now.
literally robotic. No, but people are freaking out. And this is why I say trust the 5D chess that have been playing.
I
Because he
love that.
also calls him in. He had Fauci next to him also. He plays his games and he does what he needs to do so that everything can play out.
Yeah, well, yes, he's a master plan. And it's not only about Trump, it's like the whole family around Trump, the whole I'm searching for a word, the whole group around him.
Right,
Trump doesn't necessarily make all the decisions, but I
right.
do know, and I've meditated, and as an oracle and a seer, whatever Trump is doing right now, he is surrounded by boots on the ground, white hats, boots in the ether, off world, for the freedom of the new era.
Yeah, they even, and
And
this
I
is,
love,
yeah,
yes.
no, no, go ahead.
And I love that he's got big balls. And like I like him breaking like China in a China store. I like that energy. You need that in a time like that. So people getting offended, well, who are these offended people, right? I
Right.
mean, like, are you NPCs or are you just like too mind control? Like it could be, I'm not insulting, but if you ever listen really to the message of him, his gorgeous, beautiful wife, Melania, and pay attention that it's always been about rescuing children. And you're
Exactly.
doing this to them because you want to have what? Purple hair and not nothing against purple. No, but like it's that look, right? The ones that like spaz out at anything that is him. It's NPC, like sometimes
Yeah.
I just want to, yeah, NPCs, like leaving the Matrix, bye-bye.
So this is really interesting and it was just confirmed. I don't know if people have all heard it, but I think it was Tulsi Gabbard said that because people were all up in arms about Trump and Epstein. And she said that he was an FBI informant. So here's the interesting thing about that. I grew up in New Jersey, and during that time in the 70s, that's when the Atlantic City was being developed. And Trump built Trump Tower. And I remember on the news, like John Gotti and all the mobsters were always on the news every night. There was stuff going on around the mob. And all of the sudden, I remember like they all got arrested at the same time. And then suddenly Trump's casino went out of business. And I always said to myself, I think he was behind it. And I've said it for years. And so when she said he was an FBI informant, it doesn't surprise
You
me.
got to twitch.
Yeah, yeah. Twitch. It doesn't surprise me that he was used because they were preparing him for now because he had to be able to learn how to, deal with all those people. Yeah, I'm glad you got your cards because I'd love for
Yeah,
you
I'm
to
going
check
for it,
that
baby.
out.
I'm going for it. Highest up over soul in the universe, what Lisa said about Trump, FBI informant. And I love, what's her name? Tulsi Gabby?
Gabbard,
Tulsi.
oh, yes.
I love that white streak in her hair. And I think she's beautiful. Wasn't she military? Yeah.
Yes.
Strong, independent, female. She, no one can subdue her. No one can hammer her down. Oh, I like that energy. All right. So what our beautiful sister Lisa said. Hey, stop oversoul in the universe. Cut, rock, roll. All right, so first in line, what do we have? Yes, because in the past we had a third wheel party with the Three of Swords. So this is an infiltration, something that comes in the center to bring sorrow. Well, I'm talking about the past, guys. With the first row, there's three cards. It's the past moving to the now moment, second row. Third row is the future. So in the past, it was about sorrow. And then something grueling has come to an end with the Ten of Wands because tens in tarot are endings. And this guy, this character, is something grueling that you have to like have all these logs on your shoulders going uphill, uphill, let's add spike heels going uphill. That's how grueling it is. But you're at the top and you're ready to drop. After a 10, it's a rebirth. All right. It's a surrendering card. And then we have Mother Nature, Gaia, the Empress coming back online. So we had sorrow. We had a stick in the wheel because of something grueling that had come to an end. And now we got Gaia coming full throttle back online. In the now moment, it's the death. Mr. Grim Reaper is coming in, flagging his white flag. And then at the horizon, we got the sun rising. Death of the old for the rebirth of the new. A new day, a new dawn. At the heartbeat. This family, because, for Lisa's family, you don't know me, but this is where the whole story is. Yes, it's something to celebrate the Three of Cups. We are all coming back, celebrating. Cheerio, old champ. And then what is also three? It's the Trinity, right? The triad. Mind, body, and soul reunited as one. Then we're going to move on. We're back from war victorious with the Six of Wands. All the villagers around you are celebrating you because you come back on your horse. You slain the pig vomit devil witch, and everyone is happy because you've done just that. In the future, we got creator, God, and or Trump. Ba-bam, ba-bam, ba-bam. I I got the Empress and I got Melania and I got Trump there.
Yeah.
And then, yes, because humanity, we've been holding by a thread. Nine of Wands. Nines are before tens. Tens are endings. Look how bandaged up we are. Broken, busted, band-aided up, but we're not giving up because humanity wants this, has this strong will to survive. So we're still hanging. So we got Trump, we got the creator, we got that one, and we end with ah. There's gonna okay, so this is double whammy, okay? So this is a useful offering for the future, but there's gonna be a lot of stuff on the little ones that are coming out. Clarifying spread. Yes, secrets of the universe are coming online with the high priestess. Notice the pillars here from dark to light. She's got all the secrets right here. She is the mystic. At the heartbeat of my clarifying, I do have about Rothschild, Khazarian Mafia, things of that nature. And then we end with, yes, truth, absolute passion. We get a grant of the universe. There's only four aces in a deck, alpha cards. This is about truth, integrity, creativity, and passion is restored. Um, can I go for my golden major
Go right
arcanas?
ahead.
Okay.
I
So I'm gonna
love
take
this. Keep
three.
going.
And then if you want, like either I can go over it, like I don't know if I should, but you'll tell me. All right, Golden Major Arcana. So we have, what the hell is this? Justice. Justice being served with the karmic punch of the justice system in regards to the heartbeat. Again, for the second special appearance,
Wow.
death. Death a deal for the rebirth of the new with the white flag. And then the third one is going to be, do you want this one? Do you really want it? You want it. Ah, the devil system, death of the devil system that has chained us up, chained us up. Justice, death of the devil system. Bang, drop
Wow.
mic.
Wow. Wow.
So
love the
I
way
think
you
this is
do that.
very good. This is very beautiful because we've been in sorrow for way too long. We're crossing the rainbow over the rainbow. Do you remember when Trump went to that? What was it that not bike but car? Was it Daytona he was
Yeah, one of
at?
the F1, maybe it was one of the F1. Yes.
And the granddaughter had a rainbow on her shirt.
That I don't remember. I don't
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what higher self is showing. We've been like sand, and we've been like spilt milk. Then I'm seeing over the rainbow. I'm seeing the grandma, the not grandmother, granddaughter. She came out with a rainbow here. We've been uncomfortable for a very long period of time with the Hangman, but we're in new collaborations with the Three of Pentacles. We're in new collaborations with the Two of Pentacles. They're where the golden era comes in.
Oh.
So you can sure as hell count that the RV is coming. I don't like to use the word Nazara Jazara. I call it uh, um, uh, um, uh, uh, what do I call it again? No, uh, because it's been a long time. Okay, so we'll just that's so
Let's just say
sorry.
money's coming.
Money is coming. Money is coming. We've been uncomfortable again. Dark night of the soul. We're coming out of the dark night of the soul. People are stressed out. People have to make a decision. But then, if you make the right decision, you get self made, sovereign, independent. We're crossing a new world with the 11. It's going to happen really fast in the RV. And then we're just waiting for ships to come in. Everything's going to flip flop in our fortune.
Wow.
Creep is
Wow.
always at the bottom, angelic's at the top. I know I went a little further, but I knew there was a story
No,
there.
I
Please
love the
tell me.
story. Plus, I've watched you get into it. I mean, you really, the cards are beautiful because they help tell the story, but I've
It's
seen you
visual.
do it.
Yeah,
It's visual, but I've seen you work your magic that you don't even really need the cards because it just starts
I don't.
flowing through you. No,
Yeah.
you don't. But I hope that people come away with this and have, just get into more hope and really try and focus on what you see and people like, oh, I don't believe in this and I don't believe in that. Well, what do you believe in? Right? You have to believe in something. I remember when we drove downtown Montreal and Honey's husband was doesn't like traffic and I'm watching Honey in the back doing something and she's like NPCs go home and what happened? We flew home. There were how much traffic was in the other lane, and it opened wide open. And I mean, I drive Montreal a lot. There are not a lot of open roads. Not that much.
There is not.
No.
And it's always in construction. Whatever open
Yes.
road is there, it's full of construction at all times, all year long.
Yeah. Yeah. And she's like, NPCs go home and boom. And I use that all the time now.
Yeah.
Whenever I drive, NPCs go home because we're keeping them here. So really think about your thoughts and what you're manifesting and what you're keeping on and write it down and let it go. Forgive yourself. There's so many tools that you can use to do that. Richard, anything else that we haven't covered that you want to touch upon?
Thank you, Lisa. I would like to add on to this, like an add-on, like a special uh, edition. Uh, Everything that you just said right now makes so much sense. And how do we do this? Like manifest. Well, number one, it's like stop like looking outside of ourselves. So we got to learn like how to look inside of ourselves. That is your higher self. That is within the heart chakra. So what you can do, beautiful Femi, is like, okay, connect. You have to have a conversation, a relationship with your higher self. And the more you can talk out loud or within your head or your mind, but you start to learn with this and ask your higher self, show me, like, give me a sensation for yes. What does it feel like?
Right.
And no. So usually yes will be okay, like everyone's different. We're all wired differently, but usually you'll have a sensation of light, fluffy, like a bunny rabbit. If it's no, it'll be a tummy cramp, you gotta go poo kind of energy.
Yeah.
And with that, this is what it is, like you go also and you tap into your inner child. You have to have a remembrance of when you were a child because that child had the connection and a lot of us have cut the cords to that because we had to survive. Okay, we had to grow up and stop seeing with the important eye, the pineal eye,
Right.
and like blend in conformity, status quo, go to school, learn, get married, get a job, work full time, take 2 weeks off on a credit card, repeat cycle all over again. So it came from outside again. Please be kind and rewind to what we were saying earlier today. It's like it was so intelligent, that reptilian brain, it attacked us from all circles, like that Russian doll, right? Of like black goo. So we did not even know how to wake up. But guess what? Atlas is on the way. The blood moon has happened, and we are all awakening. So, which direction are you going to go? I know which direction I'm going to go. I'm not going to listen to nonsense. I won't fall into fear porn. I know what the future looks like. It's green, alive, thriving, and full of gold. Will you meet us? Will you join us? Because I want to call you all family.
I love that. And it's so,
Hmm.
so true. And here's the other thing, don't forget, ask. You have guides around you, you're surrounded. Ask
Yes.
in your
Because if you don't
mind.
ask,
You don't get, they can't interfere because you have free will.
yes.
So ask for help. And here's something interesting because I was working with Honey and she's like, "Oh, I see a big fractal that's coming in." And she's like, "It's coming in slowly because it's really big. You have some new abilities that are coming in."
For you.
To share for me. For me,
Yeah,
I
I'm
had,
seeing it. I'm
yeah.
seeing it. Yeah.
So these new abilities that are coming in, and I was sitting there and in my meditation, I was like, I want this to come faster. So I pushed it. So this large part that was supposed to be like a gentle coming in, boom. I go so sick for 24 hours. So you have to say with ease and grace too. You don't want to push when your body is not ready because everything's also in divine timing. But there's something new that's happening to me that I'm seeing that's starting to happen. Some new abilities that are coming in that are going to be quite cool. I'm ex
And the color, I see the color pink for you.
Okay.
There's a lot of pink.
All right. Now, is there a meaning to the pink or is just something that's coming in?
Well, pink, right? I mean, like it would be like because around the heart chakra you have green or you have pink, but pink is love. There's a purity to the pink. For you, the feminine aspect restored.
Beautiful.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, it's divine feminine restored. Um, because I know your story a little bit, but you know what? All us implants have been,
Through a lot.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's like divine restoration. It feels like a beautiful pink pearl. It's absolute love. Um, no shadow coming after it. Like in back of it.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Well, thank you. So if any of you want a reading just like he just gave me, you can reach out to
This girl.
him. Plus, he's a lot of fun too.
Hmm.
No, Richard, you're such a dear dear friend, I know you're part of we're soul family, and we're all starting to come together, and many of us have been very lonely because we we understand certain things and other people around us don't. And so the more of us that come together that have the and even though we're all around the world, we're going to start to spend more and more time together. So please, someone gave me this advice years ago that doing your spiritual work is like climbing up Mount Everest. And most people stop when there's only 10% left. We've worked our asses off to get here, right? There's this much left. We're right at the end. Don't give up. Because your thoughts, everyone's thoughts, is accelerating this. Don't think that you don't matter because every single one of us are manifesting. So the more positive that you manifest, the more you think about what you want. Be aware of what your belief systems are. If you have these big belief systems, there are tools that you can release them because that then you become the clear channel. Then you start manifesting instantly for the better. It's a beautiful thing.
That's number two, the most brilliant thing you've ever said. Like, I so resonate. It's like running like in a marathon. Oh, like the cross red ribbon is almost
Yeah,
there. And
yeah,
then, oh my God, I'm so exhausted. No, 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 no. Get that adrenaline. Why do you give
yeah,
up now? Like, you're so gonna regret if you decide to fall. You're there. You're there. Yeah, that was
yeah.
brilliant, Lisa. You know
Good one.
everything.
Oh my
You,
God. I need
I
to come
love
back up to
you.
Montreal again soon.
Yeah, you're always welcome. We got
Oh,
lots of
thank
room
you.
in the casa, baby.
Yes, the
And plus, I
beautiful
have
casa.
this.
I know my Shilajit left. Oh my gosh. Well, Richard, thank you so much. I'm going to have you have a YouTube channel. Do you have any
I
other
do.
way? As Facebook or any other place? I'll put them all below.
I'll give you my YouTube. I am working on my website right now. It's
Okay.
not actually ready to go because
Okay.
I got to learn everything on how to mount a website right now. And do you know how much I've been like ripping the hair out of my head?
Wow.
But
Yeah,
it's
I
gonna
get
look
it.
good though when it's done.
Good.
I got a lot of dragon energy into it. But for
Yeah.
now, I'll give you and your beautiful family my YouTube.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And until next time, I'm sure this won't be the only one. We'll do this again soon. Take care.
Mwah!
Mwah.